Every time the husband touched his wife, he would pull his hand back in disgust. He would then take out a sterilized towel and wipe his hands repeatedly. Yet, despite being such a germaphobe, he willingly drank the water left by a scheming woman. At that moment, the woman's love-struck mindset cleared completely, and she saw the scoundrel for who he really was. She made up her mind to cut all ties, returning home and setting the wedding room ablaze. She threw everything related to him into the fire. Then, she picked up her luggage and headed straight to the decryption agency to sign up. The leader, knowing she was the regiment commander's wife and doubting her skills, intended to politely refuse. Unexpectedly, after just one glance at the coded characters on the board, she accurately deciphered them. When the three of them followed her steps, they actually solved the problem that had stumped them for 3 days. The leader was astonished by her unexpected talent, and immediately agreed to let her join, saying someone would fetch her in 2 weeks. But joining meant giving up her former identity and dedicating her life to the country. So, before that, she had to settle all personal matters. The organization would stage her death so everyone would believe she was gone. It turned out they had married because her brother took a bullet for the man on the battlefield. With his dying breath, her brother asked the man to marry his sister and care for her. Although the man had always loved his white moonlight, he agreed to the marriage out of gratitude. Yet, on their wedding night, he got drunk and repeatedly called out his beloved's name. He felt the woman had intruded and ruined their lives. To make it up to his white moonlight, he gave her all the living expenses sent from his family, and even transferred his wife's hard-earned university admission to her. As a result, the wife had to stay home and labor tirelessly, while the other woman became the envy of the town as an educated elite. Still, the wife didn't give up trying to win his affection. She studied new recipes at home every day, persisting through blisters from hot oil to finish each dish. But when the man came home, he had no appetite for her meals, locked away his military subsidies in a drawer, and never even bought her a movie ticket, preferring to secretly take his white moonlight to the films instead. Recalling these 3 years, the woman found it all absurd and ridiculous, but from now on, she was determined to let go completely. With less than 10 days until her planned departure, she first visited a friendly neighbor, and gave away all the sweaters she had knitted for the scoundrel over the years. The scoundrel suddenly found his wife unfamiliar. Perhaps out of guilt, he proactively gave her his allowance this time. But just then, someone rushed over to say his white moonlight was being harassed by thugs. Without a second thought, he shoved the money back and dashed off to her. The woman was used to such behavior. She wasn't angry, just resigned. But knowing he became aggressive whenever his white moonlight was involved, she worried he'd lose control, hurt someone, and ruin his career. She decided to help him one last time, as a final farewell to her past self. The thug was getting handsy, claiming the white moonlight had hit him with her car. The arriving scoundrel flew into a rage seeing her harassed, pummeling the thug relentlessly, almost killing him. The woman rushed to stop the out-of-control scoundrel, but he shoved her hard, her head hitting the wall, fearing he'd be expelled from the army if he continued. She told the white moonlight to restrain him. Only then did he stop. He then anxiously checked if his white moonlight was hurt, turning to find his wife had followed unnoticed. Seizing the moment, the white moonlight pretended to sprain her ankle, drawing his attention once again. Ignoring the neighbor's gossip, he left his wife behind and took his white moonlight away. Back home, the woman bled profusely and had to bandage her wounds herself. Waking the next day, she was shocked to